name's Tim Norton. This is my channel, Pirate Radio. And there's a lot of different things I want to do. I have a lot of different interests. And we're just getting started. But there's one part I can't take out. And I actually put a video on one of the books I wrote, written a few books. And the one Behind the Veil, Surviving Death, is the one I want to kind of talk a little bit about. I was in the hospital for 2 months, and 2 weeks I spent in the ICU, and I flatlined 3 times in the ICU. I kept dying. I had a heart attack. I don't know how. I was riding my bike 15, 20 miles a day, eating a plant-based diet, getting good sleep, drinking about a gallon of water, no drugs, no alcohol, no nothing. And when I came home from a ride one day, I had sort of a cramp kind of feeling in my chest, and I was having a little difficulty breathing, and we thought it was COVID. And it turned out that night I collapsed. I called the ambulance. My wife called the ambulance, and she said, "I'll follow you in a truck." And the ambulance driver told her, "No, why don't you come with us in the ambulance? You may not make it." I got to the hospital. I had 100% blockage in one chamber of my chart. They put my heart. They put in stents to get me back. And after surgery, I had major organ failure. My heart kept stopping, my liver, my kidneys were shot. I had to go through dialysis, my pancreas, my stomach, internal bleeding. I had a tube, a feeding tube going into my stomach. I still have the hole from that. But in any event, the dying part was fantastic, you know? And I didn't know what happened. When I was in the hospital, I was in the hospital for 2 months. And I had all these wonderful things spinning around in my head after those near-death experiences. And I didn't know what they were. I really didn't understand it. Is this a dream? Is this a vision? What is this? What's going on? Am I hallucinating? I don't know what's happening. And when I came out of it, I found out what had happened. And I remember thinking the nurse came into the room and she said, "I got to take blood and I got to give you meds and blah, 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 blah." And I thought, oh my God, I don't want to do this. Here I am back with this life, schlepping this life. And I'd rather be back on the other side. I liked it. It was fun. It was very loving environment. People cared about you. There's no reason to have an ego. There's nothing to fear. There was nothing to be afraid of, nothing to worry about, no anxiety. So you really don't have an ego. You accept things happening to you more than you normally would. Normally you question things. You think, well, this doesn't make sense, or what's going on here? What is this all about? But when I was in that realm, it was an issue of just accepting what was happening, and then whatever was next was just next, and that was the way it was. So I want to talk a little bit about it because you can't really, when that happens to you, it affects you, it changes you, and I can't pretend that it doesn't. So I wanted to bring that up. That's kind of a part of me. There's some subtle, nuanced, marginal differences, but I'm 99.9% back from me. But things like empathy and caring about other people has really been intensified. I'm not afraid to die. I could care less. I mean, I'm glad I'm alive. I've been having a great life since, but the other side of it is, dying's kind of neat. It's not what you think it is. We aren't just given a life. We are life, and we keep going and keep going. Bob Dylan had a great saying. His name was actually Robert Zimmerman. And so he came up with the name Bob Dylan. He was going to call himself. And they asked him, why did he call himself Bob Dylan? Was he named himself after Dylan Thomas? And he said, no, Bob Dylan existed long before I was born, and he'll be around long after I'm gone. I'm just Bob Dylan for now. And that's kind of how I felt afterwards, that I'm just me. I'm just this guy here. The mail comes to the mailbox, that's Tim Norton, that's for me. But when I went to the other side, didn't matter who it was. My name didn't mean anything. My age meant less. It doesn't mean anything, you know? So anyways, it's super interesting. A lot of really strange things happened. Most of it was really positive, very positive, very happy. I was very happy when it was done, and I felt good for like days, but I didn't want to be back doing this. So anyways, I wanted to put that in there, and that at least sort of defines a little bit of who I am. That's a part of it. You know, I'm a dad too. I'm a grandfather. I got 4 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. I'm into cycling, boating, hiking, camping, fishing, whatever. But that part it's there and it's not going away. All right, thanks for doing it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.